When it comes to marriage, we protect our wives. We think about this in a sense of physical protection, but in another sense, we protect our marriages through faithfulness and fidelity. Unmarried men protect women by being men of virtue who can be absolutely trustworthy to protect virginity, right?
And demanding that from the men around them that they know and trust and want to have respect for.
And this is protecting the Christian brotherhood. This is protecting, as brothers, protecting one another. And that's part of being on the team, right, of the church, is to live the way of the cross and to surround ourselves, or we want to surround ourselves with men who are committed to living a life of virtue, living a life of true righteousness, following the right path, whether they are in public or whether they are with just other men, whether they are with women, whether they are by themselves, that are committed to following the way of the king, the way of the throne of the deathless king, the way of the kingdom.
And speaking of kings, we see a great example of that in King David, the forefather of our Lord Jesus Christ, that his relationship with Jonathan, the son of King Saul, I think it's very telling about the state that our culture has gotten itself into. That the debate in our culture is not, why don't we see more true male friendship like this in our society? The debate is, were they gay? Because we don't have any other way of looking at an intimate male relationship except sexually. And so instead of saying, why am I not surrounded by men who are friends with each other in this way, and realizing the loss to our society by not having that, instead we have this debate of whether this is some hidden sexual thing that's going on in the Old Testament, because we've lost any other way to see it.
Right. And our culture has all of these labels, but the interesting thing is we do not apply a label to a feeling or an inclination, but to action. We don't say, oh, this person's an adulterer because they say, well, I feel adulterous. I felt adulterous since I was 6, right? Polyamorous or something. Adultery is an action. And that action can be committed in the mind with intention, right? Before it's ever committed physically, right? We recognize this. But we don't label men according to whatever they feel or whatever inclinations they have if they are committed to living the way of the cross.